Welcome back to 405 Sports. Today we're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars and their future. And it's kind of like our Lions video last year where kind of just break down that this team has the potential to easily win their division. I mean,
very easily.
Pretty easily. The only difference in the division as of today is DeAndre Hopkins is a Titan now. And
he hasn't officially signed it. He's just supposed to sign.
2 years, $26 million.
Okay, he actually signed it?
Well, I don't know if he signed it, but Ian Rappaport said that's
what's going down.
That's what's going down.
Right.
So
if Rappaport said it.
Yeah, and I mean, regardless, it's not like he's going to the Colts or Texans.
I got you.
So, I guess we'll just get started. Trevor Lawrence had a really good year last year. Obviously, they brought in Evan Ingram and Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, and now they even get to add Calvin Ridley this year. So where do we think, and not to also, they brought in Brandon Scherf, who was a major upgrade on that offensive line.
Yeah.
They'll lose Cam Robinson for the beginning of the year, but he'll be back.
We'll have Anton Harris fill in.
From Oklahoma, yeah.
Which should be good.
Great pick from them. And guess, Colin, where do you see this team going next year?
I think I'd be surprised if they don't win their division. I'm assuming they're going to win, 10, 11, 12 games, somewhere in there. Their division stinks. Horribly stinks.
No.
The Titans are all right. Colts and the Texans both suck. So I imagine it'll be a top 4 seed. I could see them winning a playoff game or two. I mean, I don't think they're going to go compete for a Super Bowl or anything, but I think they're going to be playoff contender, at the least.
Should have a top, I'd go as far to say 5 offense in the league. It'll all be dependent on how the defense plays, which was, I'd say, middle of the pack last year for sure.
Yeah.
They didn't make any major improvements on the defensive side, but dudes like Devin Lloyd and these other second, third year players will get better, obviously, as time moves forward.
I think their front 7 is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's their secondary that gives me problems.
Yeah, they brought in Fodason Oluokun last year, who is I liked him a lot from the Falcons. So
Their linebacker core is actually really good now. I'm sitting looking at it.
Devin Lloyd's probably only going to get better, and you got to think Trevon Walker is only going to get better.
Josh Allen, Sean Walker. They have really good linebackers. Or DNs, linebackers, whatever you want to call that position nowadays.
Yeah.
But their safeties are Andre Sisco and Rashawn Jenkins, who
Sisco's pretty good, but Jenkins is shaky.
Yeah.
They did draft Antonio Johnson out of A&M, who could have easily been in the second round.
Yeah.
They got him. I don't even know where they drafted him at, but
I thought it was second. No. Could have been third.
Their corners are fantastic.
That's one thing I wish they would have went after. But obviously, whenever Cam Robinson got suspended, it was like, all right, we've got to use the first on Anton Harrison. So that made a lot of sense. So I guess the next question for this team is Calvin Ridley. This guy hasn't played in over a year, year and a half, really. Hopefully he's not betting on games, because ever since he's done it, it seems like it's a lot more popular, or just getting caught. Now we have Jameson Williams dealing with it, and
I think they're just cracking down on it.
Right. Because I think it's honestly also been more of like a third party doing it for them, and then they realize that they're connected. Except Jameson was straight up. But where do we think Calvin Ridley will go? Go ahead, Zach.
I mean, he was good in an environment where receivers don't really thrive. We're kind of seeing that now with Kyle Pitts. But he's got a really good crew around him. I don't know if he'll be the number 1 target. I mean, if you'd asked me last year, I probably would have said yes. But Kirk and Zay Jones were good, and he went to Evan Ingram once every set of downs, it felt like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it just creates more versatile offense. I'd say he'll be fine.
I think he's going to fit in pretty good, because Zay Jones and Christian Kirk are more of they're not going to go run a slant or an out route as much as I think Calvin will be able to do a lot more in short yardage situations.
I think he can kill you from anywhere too.
I mean, yeah, but I just mean
Kirk
Zay
and
Jones-
Jones are speed.
Right.
Their speed and
Right.
like either Trevor's gonna have to hit him downfield a
Yeah,
little more.
and there's a good opportunity that literally you could line up Calvin Ridley to be against cornerback 3, and it's like
Yeah.
that's an easy win for them. And he'll be really awkward to deal with when he is in the slant, and then you got to deal with Evan Ingram also, and you're just lost as a defense. So,
Because I mean, if they run a set where they have all three of these receivers, Evan Ingram and ETN out there, which I'm assuming they'll do a lot this season.
Yeah.
That's a problem for a secondary.
because
to deal
ETN he
ETN
killed it
can-
last year.
Hit you for a yak of 30, 40 yards if you
Yeah.
let him.
I will say when they drafted him, I was kind of mad because I was just like, I get it, he's Trevor's teammate, but it was in the first round, you know. And I
They had
couldn't.
James Robinson.
Yeah, they had James Robinson, who at the time was a pretty good running back, and you just did not understand it, and you thought Urban just screwed him. But after last year, I mean, he proved he was a.
Yeah. I mean, like Zach said earlier, I could see him being top 5 offense.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then,
I don't know where they ranked last year, but I thought they were one of the better ones last year.
Right.
At least through the second half of the year.
Yeah.
and Jermichael Hasty is still a decent running back, and so is Dearness
Dearness
Johnson.
came
Yeah,
in for the Browns.
yeah,
He
2
was-
years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think he had like 140
Yeah, he had.
rushing yards, a touchdown or two. Like he's a
Yeah,
good,
they're all serviceable backs.
good
So.
backup or power back.
And yeah, and Luke Fortner, rookie center, ended up being a steal for them, so that's worked out for them well. So realistically, this team is from being one of the worst teams for the last. Well, I guess they had that hiatus of being good whenever
The Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles' year, whenever he just decided to, kill it, and they ended up losing to the Patriots. And actually, they probably could have won that Super Bowl if they didn't lose to the Patriots. They probably.
They went on a 3 or 4 year stretch. I mean, they were just
Yeah, yeah. It was terrible, 2-3 year decent stretch, and then they were back to terrible. But now they're back to relevancy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they 4 seed last year.
28-point comeback, which no one saw that coming.
No, I got to turn the game off.
I turned the game off, or I just remember kind of zoning out, not caring, and somehow Brandon Staley kept a job after that.
Yeah.
They did fire Michael Lombardi. The Chargers did, but that's besides the point. But that still just shocks me.
11-6, 12-5.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I think Kansas City, Buffalo, they'll either lose one to New Orleans or Pittsburgh.
San Francisco, they lose to.
San
Probably.
Francisco, Cincinnati, and maybe Baltimore.
Probably Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
11
Baltimore.
wins, 12 wins, something like that. This team is poised for a big year.
Big playoff push.
Yeah, so
Especially if they can get. I mean, obviously I don't know who's going to be up during the trade deadline, but a secondary or
yeah,
somebody.
it would have been a really good idea if they would have. I mean, just tried to trade for Stephon Gilmore.
Last year they traded away their first round pick from 2 years ago, who was a corner, I don't remember his name, but CJ something.
C.J. Henderson.
Yeah, the trade away CJ Henderson, who I really liked. But
Yeah, he's kind of had a falling off since then, but this team is, like I said, they are poised for a big year. So
they were.
hopefully they get value out of their 2 number 1 overall picks, Lawrence and Walker. And comment down below what you think their record will be. Thank you for watching.